guys, Jeremiah here, trapping today. I'm in northern Maine, the end of April, beaver trapping. It's finally starting to melt. There's ice in that pond in the background, a little bit of ice over there, but this has opened up finally, and we got a few more days left in the trapping season for spring beaver. So this is a spot. I know there's beaver here. Look at that. There's a chewed on stick probably from last fall. There weren't beaver here this winter that I know of, but this time of year in the spring when things open up, they just go crazy, go all over the place searching for food and a place to live and other beavers. So this is a pretty popular spot. Where that water is running behind me, I trap that about every year, and there's a Castor mound there right now. It's always there, and I catch beaver off there here and there, and sometimes I miss beaver going onto that Castor mound. I'm not an expert beaver trapper, so there's probably things that I could do better to avoid that, but it's real shallow, and there's nothing narrowing down the approach, so it's kind of hard to tell, where exactly they're placing their feet and coming and going and stuff. And I've had cases where I've tried to block it off. I block it off a little too much, beaver just go completely around it, or they avoid it and set a Castor mound 5 feet away. So anyway, I decided I wanted to try something a little bit different this year, and I have right next to the Castor mound, this is kind of the upwind side of it. The northwest wind comes from that direction. I've got a little spot here where there's a channel that's in along shore, and then there's some mats of sod and vegetation here, and this is a natural travel way for the beaver to go through. And there's two narrow places, one right there and one right here. Both places are ideal to put 330s in. So what I am going to try here is to make a bit of a Castor mound or something here with some scent to attract beavers and get them coming in from either direction, coming or going, with a couple of 330s with some dive sticks to get them to go down and dive and get under the water and get caught. That way, it's so shallow here this year that I really can't drown a beaver in this spot, so I'd have to come check it every day, and I don't really want to have to hassle with that. If I get them in 330, then I can check it every 3 days, and I don't have to worry about missing a beaver or anything like that. So anyway, yeah, we'll give it a shot. We get a couple of 330s here. Put my gauntlets on. So this is just a regular Duke 330, nothing special about it. One thing that a guy showed me a couple of years ago that I find incredibly useful. I've always tried to get these set, and I'm messing around, and I'm trying to get them. Well, there's a couple different ways to do this, but if the water depth is right, you can set these and just push the springs right down in the mud to help stabilize the trap, so you can get some stuff, some sticks in there to stabilize it. And you can also prop the trap up a little bit. So you can set it like this and you just shove that right down in the mud. It works pretty good. I'm going to do that here. I made myself a little bit of a framework here. Just got 2 poles pounded into either side of the run and a cross piece right above the surface of the water to act as a dive stick. I've got my 330 springs compressed, the 330 is anchored, ready to go. I just need a couple of pieces of wire here, and we're simply going to take a couple pieces of wire, maybe 8 or 10 inches long, and use those to secure the springs of the trap to the frame. I had to take my gauntlets off because I just can't, sometimes it's hard to work with them. So we get the trap set. I was going to push the springs down into the mud, but it turned out it was just a little deeper than I like for doing that over here. So I'm just going to have them up above the trap jaws. I'm going to sit that down. And this one side, tie right there. Piece of wire, so here we go. Just grab another one. And I'll anchor it on a piece right here. And now we got our trap just underwater. It's actually, it really is stable enough that I'm not even really that worried about the trap swinging around or anything. I might put a stick right here, and maybe I'll put one just through here for a little bit of added stability on the trap, but again, I really don't think I need it. The thing is not going to swing around. I'll set it right there. So that's that. So any beaver that's coming in either this way or that way is going to see this and dive down and go through that, hopefully go through that 330, and then we'll get another 330 for this run here, and I think this one's going to be a little more heavily traveled. It looks like it may be a little bit shallower as well. It's fairly deep. So that one looks like I got it set with the springs down on the ground. One stick going into that tuft of sod to help stabilize that trap, and I'm going to have one more stick going the other way, and that's all I'm going to have there. Okay, I have a trap here and a trap here, two 330s, just a couple of inches below the surface of the water, not too conspicuous or anything. We got that Castor Mound behind us, and all we got to do is add a little attraction to this set. So I'm just going to take this up a little bit, grab a little bit of mud, sticks from the bottom, going to put just a little touch of it on here as well. Just above this old-time beaver trapper here in northern Maine taught me that. That may draw a beaver into that area, and then he'll dive under to go and investigate further. And that's completed set. So 2 330s on either opening, either side of this vegetation here. Our attractor right there. Again, we don't have deep enough water to drown a beaver, but we should be able to get him to move through here and catch him in the 330s. All right. So this set that I made with this Castor mound is proving to be productive. I had 2 330s. Again, not a great spot for, can't really make a drowning set here. And I get a Castor mound set over there. There's not really a good funnel to get beaver in. But good thing is this time of year, beavers really go to scent. And so I put a little bit of Lennon's beaver lure here with a little bit of vegetation piled up. And I had 2 openings here, one there with that 330, and boom, got a beaver there. And the other opening with 330 there, and there's a beaver there. So 2 beavers, 1 night, 3 and 2 nights in this one little simple set.